Oh, where are we? There. Hello!
Morning.
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 Here we are, back on a Saturday morning, ready to kill some bots. Oggie's into it already. As you probably just heard him rat-a-tat-tatting. Where'd you go to, Oggie? Oh. He's off causing some grief somewhere.
I would never cause grief. How dare you accuse me?
Wade, this weird artifact stuck on the screen there. Yeah. How is everybody this morning? And I'm stuck again. Oh, you're off to that place, eh? Let me go back to your safe house down here. Where are you? Down here. Where is that? I'm on the safe house. We'll watch what Oggie's doing while I'm dildo baggings. Greetings from England. Yes, I haven't had you on here for quite some time. Mick Herbert's here. G'day Mick, how you doing? Ready for another Friday night next Friday, are we? Let our hair down. You know these walls you built out here, Oggie? Well, these ones here. They use 8 bags of concrete, those things. That's why I didn't use them. Oh, did I build them? Is that where all my concrete went, was it? That's where all my concrete went. Yeah, okay. I have to rebuild that shit, don't I? I'll do that after the stream's finished. Time to do a rebuild. Got a better design for my bases now. G'day, Mr. Jack Dorrington. What you get up to last night, Mr. Jack? You holding one up for the team, are you? Melbourne, 12 degrees Celsius. Yeah, well, that's pretty typical for this time of the year.
Oh.
Hey, what? Where?
No, he got himself.
Did he get gotted? Did he? Oh, zero. He's down. Revive. No, he's going to use a med pen.
No. I have the survival instinct.
You have the survival instinct.
What do you call it?
If we dare do a direct. Where are you? I'm down there. What are you looking for? A resistance camp, are you? Two bars in Cowboy, a bit boring, really? Which 2 bars would they be? Dollhouse and Long Gun? Probably my two favourites there. So what has everybody been doing all week? I finally... yeah, go on. You've been working, yeah, we know you work. Yeah. I finally got on top of my stomach problems. I think I stopped taking all the drugs.
Well, they finished up, or?
No, I just said I got to Wednesday and I'm not improving. I just stopped taking them.
And you got better, didn't you?
And I got better, and now I'm feeling back to normal. Except I'm not solving the problem of the analgesics for my arthritis, because I haven't had any of those drugs either. So it's one of those things. One begets the other, which then creates a snowballing effect. But I can't seem to get the doctors to understand what I'm trying to tell them, which means I need something for my arthritis that doesn't upset my stomach. Is that even possible? Right? The only way I know is to do direct injections of cortisone. But I don't think they do that anymore.
They should.
Well, I don't know how you're supposed to...
Less.
Do they? Well, that's what I'm going to do on Monday. I'm going to sort of go on Monday and say, look, seriously, right, taking any analgesic through the stomach is a recipe for disaster, right? Give me something for my arthritis that doesn't go via the stomach tract. How about a direct injection of cortisone? I know that works. Did in the old days. Well, the other thing is, of course, I went back to taking my, that stuffed brags with the mother. The brags apple cider vinegar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, one of my old wives' tale recipes. So I stopped taking the drugs, went back to natural remedies, and everything starts getting right again, you know. I might not be a doctor, but I seem to know how to make my body work, you know.
You keep telling me turmeric.
Do what?
Turmeric?
Turmeric. Turmeric, that's that yellow. Yeah, that's good in curries. I do like turmeric in a curry, but that's about the
It's
only
also
thing.
supposed to be good for your an analgesic for your legs.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough evidence out there. Long gun and magpies, huh? Maggies. Magpie. Why don't I think magpies? I have magpies in the brain. Maggies. Which one's Maggie's? Maggie. Is that a new one down there, is it? I know long gun. I know Maggie's. I'm just trying to remember where Maggie's is. Must be a new bar. I don't remember one down called Maggie's. Back to work this week. I need another holiday. Poor Mick. How long? You were only here for 4 weeks, weren't you, Mick? Or I thought this wasn't Mick moving here permanently.
Don't know.
Well, we were talking to him lately week, so I try to keep track of all the people coming and going. Can do your head in.
I think everyone wants to try and live here permanently.
Yeah. What kind of arthritis do I have? I have it in my. So you can probably actually see the bulge on the knuckle of the foot there. See that? Right, like I've got movement down lateral or that way, but I've got no movement that way. Enough of that. But yeah, so it's in that foot there, but thing is over the last 6 months it's actually moved to the other foot now. The arthritis, whatever causes arthritis, has now made the other one go off. The positive side is the fact that it's my back being out of balance when I walk is no longer out of balance because I'm favouring both feet. So my back is starting to realign. It's one of those sort of things. Old age sucks sometimes, okay? You know, nothing you can do about it.
Uncle told me just before he died, it says old age sucks, don't get old.
Don't get old. Did you stop streaming, did you? You got out of the game. You left me in the game in your instance.
I'm sorry. I didn't think about that.
That's all right. It's interesting how the game still runs when you're not in here.
If I continue, we'll go back in.
It should probably put you back in the same instance, yeah.
Well, I didn't do the full exit, but I'm still in.
No, is that what it was? Okay, so it's like I think what they would best describe it as osteoarthritis. It's just the calcification in the joints. I think that's osteoarthritis. Is that the right best terminology for it? Osteoarthritis, the one that calcifies your joints.
I'm not a medical expert, but it sounds that's the one.
Yeah, so it starts in my feet.
What do you got? You got rheumatic arthritis and you got osteoarthritis.
Yeah, mine's bone related. You know, it's in the knuckles. Like at the moment, I'm not getting any here. I do in some instances when it's really bad. I feel it in these knuckles here, right? I feel it in my hip joints. But yeah, that's when it gets really, really bad, right? But that's when I take the analgesics, which then throws my stomach out, and then it's just a snowballing effect. Yeah, osteoarthritis. I think it's the best description is osteoarthritis. So and of course, no doctors really sat down and discussed it with me. I just think they tend to ignore it because once it sets in, it's really not much you can do about it. It's pretty much that's the icing on the cake of all the damage you did when you were young. Can't take the fun away that you had. You just got to pay for it now. Gout, yes. Well, I said that was the thing. That was one of the things I went to check when I had the blood test done 4 weeks ago, which was to make sure it wasn't gout, because I've had that on and off issues with doctors always sort of saying it's gout, and I say, could I have a blood test, please? And then each doctor you do, they send the blood test away for $50, and it comes back and says, no, sorry, no uric acid. It's not gout. I could have told you that. How many times do I have to get the blood test done to tell you the same thing? You don't listen to the customers. Yeah.
They're only practicing that.
That's right. They're only practicing medicine. Yeah, they're not really good at it. But yeah, this is what I find. Even here, they have an idea and they go down a tangent. They don't really listen to you, right? How about you listen to the person who's suffering? I'm giving you all the information you need to make an informed decision based on what I'm telling you, right? Last visit, I sort of said, this medication I've been on for a week, I don't think is working. It's making me feel worse. So what does he do? He prescribes it for another week and takes away the analgesic, which is making my fucking feet feel better. So what happens? Okay, I continue to feel worse, and then my feet started to feel worse. I just said, fuck it, I'll just stop taking all the drugs. Then I start to feel better. I'll go to him this fucking Monday and say, this is a situation. Either we're going to do it my way or I'm not coming back. End of story. Yeah, anyway. So then what I would do is research on the internet and find out what behaviours. Did that scroll up? Behaviours. Oh, he's waiting for the second sentence.
Yeah.
Mr. Big W, g'day, you freckers. Yes, hasn't turned up for quite a while. Yeah, well, we never missed anything. We're just talking about my gut problems. The ones that I create myself by having arthritis. So anyway, I'm feeling quite chipper today. Again, it's been 4 days off their medical pharmaceutical drugs, right, which were costing me like 2,000 baht a week. And I researched them. The ones that they gave me were all the ones that they embed with the pharmaceutical companies, because I know every one of those ones they gave me, there are generics for a tenth the price. What is it with the doctors and pharmaceutical companies? Look, if the drug is a chemical, give us the best one that's cheapest. Stop fucking pandering to these fucking pharmaceutical companies. Anyway, home treatment or behaviour changes is not going to give you big pain relief like a drug, but over a long period it could do. So I missed the first one. If it were me, I would research the behaviours and treatments I can do. Well, that's the thing. See, what I have done to manage the situation over the last 15 years is, for a stomach issue, I would listen to my body, and like I would be proactive in any sort of treatment. So I would never get used to any one drug. And was it the omeprazole, which is the beta blocker, has always been good for my stomach because it doesn't upset my stomach, right? And it sort of reduces the natural reaction of the acid reflux. So I can keep acid reflux managed quite well with omeprazole, but not every day. Right, what I found when I was prescribing, and I would take it 1 every 2 days for a couple of weeks, and then problems would subside. But again, then of course we'd go out drinking, and I would, on Friday night, what I would do is preparatory for going out on a Friday night was I'd take, multivitamins, fish oil, and a few other, natural herbs. Right, and that would be the night before, and then I'd take my omeprazole, and I'd go out drinking. But then, of course, alcohol dehydrates, and then that gives you the 2 days onset after, makes it worse again. Yeah, it's just one of those sort of things. They've got to give up drinking. Yes, I've lost weight. Yes, I was 89 kilos. This is, again, part of it's all to do with what I did. I did things, right? I noticed about this time last year I was gaining too much weight. I was falling into that, Teletubby sort of situation, right? So I stopped eating Chanya's leftovers and junk food at 11 o'clock at night, things like that. And it's amazing how much weight you can lose when you stop eating the extra food, which you don't really need. Yeah. Yes, Mick, Big Pharma does run the world. So I started, actively sort of pursuing a weight loss by not eating junk and extra junk food and Chanya's leftover meals. And every week I was losing, half a kilo. It was going down quite well. Then I thought it got down to sort of 80 kilos. I thought everything's quite settled now. But then of course it kept on going. Whatever I started kept spiralling down. Got down to 76 kilos, and I was starting to feel, what do you call it? Lack of energy. Yeah. So anyway, one gets the other. But anyway, I'm feeling quite good now. It's just it's trying to find out what's the best course of action. Right, and I think I said the research I've done is cortisone injections if I can get that done, and just go back to managing my the gastric reflux, because I only get the gastric reflux if I hit it hard, or if I eat lots and lots of Thai spicy food. I used to be living in Thailand. I love Thai spicy food. It just doesn't love me. Yeah, my favourite saying, pum chop ahan pet my shop pum.
I don't like spicy.
Yeah. I like spicy, but spicy food doesn't like me. But yeah, so so spicy food, and when I burn candle at both ends, it just throws your stomach out. So, and the analgesics, to take away the pain from the feet, so I can walk properly. Or walk. I can keep up with people. Like this, like Todd and Jerry, you get them on the street and they walk, they're speed walkers. Jesus. Oh my God. Slow down a bit, just enjoy the scenery. Don't have to power walk everywhere. God, really. But yeah.
It's the same for my shopping, I suppose. When you go shopping, it's like, okay, I know where point B is, I know what I want, know how much it's going to cost. I'll get there, get it, leave, and go. It's like, okay, meandering's not a thing I do too well.
Yeah, omeprazole, that's the one. Yes, David. And it works very well for my particular type of stomach problems. Basically, it still lets the production of acid be done, but at a much reduced rate, which seems to solve the problem. But yeah, taking it for any length of time has an accumulative effect that sort of has a reverse effect, which will throw you out. And again, you can desensitize yourself as well with drugs. So that's why I wouldn't take them on a regular basis. I only take them on a perceived need basis, so I don't create some sort of body reflex. But other than that, I don't think there's any way I'm going to solve the problem. It's just something you have to live with. There we go. Ozzy, he's doing his sewing, are you? Good on you.
Well, you're gonna have to sew to gain more points and be able to throw more stuff.
I think so. Have you made all the armour yet? How's your armour manufacturing going?
Making stuff doesn't produce more. Okay.
What's that?
Schematic points come when found as loot.
Oh, the clothing. Yeah, you've got to get those points up. Yeah, I've always been a minimum medication kind of guy, or if they can find a natural remedy, something that sort of works naturally. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find natural remedies as well, because the GMO and genetically modified foods, I don't think they're as effective. They might look red as tomatoes, but are they as good? That's always the question, isn't it? We need to do it for the food shortage problems of the world, but yeah. There's a beastie out to our right, I think. What are you going to do? Are you going to take care of that guy? It's that way. Okay. Also, I think if you don't rely on medication all the time, yes, well, that's right. Another feeling that I have as well. Let the body's natural immune system try to deal with its natural processes of impurities.
Oh, bless.
The body is a wonderful system for self-preservation if you let it work. You coming this way or what? We'll soon find out, eh? Let's call him over.
Oh, he's playing guitar.
Tracking.
There he is, he's over there. I can see him now. I thought I could see him there, just there. Take his back. Oh, there's a second one there. Yeah. Cleared up on aisle 4. Spoils of war.
Wazza to make him out.
Yeah. I should have let him run a bit faster, closer to the compound, shouldn't I? Nah, well, nothing good on for me. Might be something better for you.
Sledgehammer.
You got a sledgehammer, did you? I'd yet to get a 5-star sledgehammer.
That's 21 magazine. Which I'm not going to call.
Anyway. I will strip this thing down and rebuild it. So what am I missing on the thing?
No, everyone's gone quiet.
Everybody's gone quiet, have they? They're all sleeping. They're all wondering what I'm doing.
They're all mesmerized by your awesome shooting abilities.
Yeah, as for the arthritis pain, yes, well, not so much arthritis. I've had cortisone injections done before for injuries. You know, I played rugby for 7 years. Come on, and it was always the most effective treatment. But for some reason, I had in back in my mind that it's no longer a prescription or something you can get done anymore because they have alternate treatments. Yeah, I just haven't done much.
Do they have
Hmm?
Do they have the cryopod over there?
Cryopods?
Yeah, it's their new thing. They have these super chilled booths you step into. It's like negative 40 degrees
Mm.
Fahrenheit.
What's that supposed to do?
It promotes healing.
Is it? I know there's some people in up north in the snow areas that like to dig holes in these lakes and jump in them, and I'm thinking,
Oh, the ice swimmers.
really? I don't see how that's enjoyable.
Neither do I. Yeah, no, the sports doctors are sending people to go get that done.
Are they?
Injure a muscle or joint, that kind of stuff. Reduces inflammation.
Hmm. Yeah, see, cold has the opposite effect. See, that's the thing. Cold was the thing that would set me off. Cold weather would always, that's what I've had the best quality of life ever since moving here. Because my arthritis started probably 5 years in before I moved here. And each year it got progressively worse, like the hip and the toes. Winter time became the absolute worst, But I managed it. I managed through, with minimal analgesics. But moving to Thailand just made it all go away. Cold weather. But of course, when I say go away, it just doesn't give you the ongoing continual thing. I get the pain when I walk, but I can sit here, casually at my chair, and I don't feel any, pain whatsoever. It's only when I get up and start using those joints does it start to become a problem. It does make it harder to sort of get out there and do videos and things like that when the first thought you have is, how long am I going to walk for today?
You need a Segway.
I need a Segway. Yeah, right.
It's interesting enough driving and riding on the roads in Thailand, let alone using a Segway.
Yeah.
See him using a Segway in Thailand, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. And so when I'm riding, I've got my big boots on, so basically the foot becomes one immobile system, and I can, up and down gears without a problem with the bike. They're actually probably the most comfortable shoes to wear, but you just can't wear them all the time, Life is like that. But yeah, so we'll work out something. Now that I've sort of got myself back into square one, all we're going to do is just try to sort the other things out around the house now, that's all, which is Ben. The slow recovery is, I think it's doing Mum's head in. You can see it wearing on her now, because that's all she does. It's just 24/7 round the clock care. Visually, I think the swelling's starting to go down now, but it's hard to tell. I didn't tell anybody. Yeah, like the bill came through this week. It was $250,000 baht for the public hospital or the system that he went through, and supposedly there was some insurance involved. I don't know how the insurance system works over here when it comes to Thai health insurance. But the health insurance that he has paid for 225,000 of it. So Chanya was out of pocket 25,000, and she basically said, well, when Ben recovers, she's going to tap Ben for that because he's got the money, just that he just can't log into his bank account right now. Yeah, so all in all, he's not in any great fit state. He's recovering, and nobody's out of pocket really. Oh, Shanya's out of pocket a little bit. but only for a short term.
Had an accident? I missed out on this.
Oh, Ben's motorcycle accident. I thought I told you a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he came off his bike. Yes, smashed his head. He was in a coma for 2 days. Massive. We went through emergency hospital at a private hospital because that's the closest hospital to where the accident happened. But I don't know what happens there, whether they get treated as a private patient or an inpatient or an outpatient or what. Yeah. This is Thailand, and I'm pretty sure that even the private hospitals treat the Thais on basic health insurance, properly. Anyway, so we spent a couple of days there, then they moved him to a public hospital down in Samasakon. He spent 2 weeks in that hospital while they prepared him for home care. And now he's staying at home for home care. But he still has, this side of his head is still a balloon, a quite visible balloon on this side of the head. He's got no movement down the right hand side of his body at the moment, probably because it's left hemisphere, right hand side, concussion. He's forgotten how things, or this, there's too much blood or too much constriction there. But yeah, that's all we can do. So he's been tube fed and gets hand washed with mum every day, and the whole thing. It's a challenge for everybody. So it's taken the enjoyment about making videos on YouTube away, because I got way better, more important things on my head. I can sit down and lose myself in a game, but just the whole idea of running out and doing things on YouTube just doesn't seem to fit right now. I keep on talking to myself. I'm trying to talk myself up to it, but it's just with the stomach problems I had and everything else, just getting out, just to be part and do that. Well, we've got next week. We've got next Friday, which is meet up. But as I said, right now I feel quite chipper. So yeah, it's weird. Yeah, sad, but you do what you can. Yes, not much else we can do with Ben. It's a healing process that, again, you can shove all the drugs in him, and I don't know if that's going to. I think your body's just got to heal. The body does something. It swells an area that it has damage on. I know my knee was up for 4 weeks, and they drained that twice in 4 weeks before it started to settle down. Todd, have you been out flying some more?
I got back to Saiha. When was it? Wednesday. Yeah, late Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Tuesday. Yeah. The days blur.
No, they do, don't they? Yes.
I've got to do paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork involved before I get back up in the air. I've been doing a lot of paperwork, not much gaming, but paperwork, because with aviation the way it is since September 11, there's a lot of background security checks and double checks and rechecks, and Thailand's no different because it's part of the International Coalition of Aviation. So they've got to do what is done internationally for people that want to get up in the air. So I can probably do some more hours, but unfortunately, until I get my interim license, those hours don't go in my logbook. So it's sort of like, okay, I need a certain amount of hours to requal. Do I do those hours and not have them in the logbook, or do I wait a month or a bit and make sure they get in the logbook? So the poor old brain's been bouncing.
Logbook, you know it.
It's more beneficial moving forward if it is in the logbook, yes.
He's already threatened to take me up flying.
Oh yeah. I love flying, so if I can pass on even a minuscule of that enjoyment to someone else, so I think that's the job done.
He wants me to get my GoPro out and go flying with him and take aerial shots around the place.
Well, the whole thing is I've got to concentrate on flying. enjoyable, but you do need to be hands-on and
Yeah.
very cognizant of what's happening around you. And it's not like driving a car.
Hmm.
Driving a car's two dimensions. You go, there's no elevation involved unless you're driving really fast and you go over a speed bump. But then that's just a completely different scenario. But when flying, you're what they call 4D, because it's also audio or audible input you've got to be careful of. So,
Yeah.
but I enjoy it. The brain seems to enjoy that stimulation. So,
And we've got a teddy bear. Hello, teddy bear. Nice for you to join us. But yes, Todd's threatened to take me up flying when he's got his license, so that's all on the card. I don't know how long that's. Anything outside 3 days away, I can't. Seriously, I'm too tired now. That's it.
well, you're better than me. Anything outside 3 hours, it's like, okay, what do I plan to do?
I watched these guys like Chuck and Joe and all them. They always seem so organised. They got the whole life plan. And I'm going, I can't plan 3 days out, I don't know how you do it, Unless, of course, I have somebody with a big stick or a paycheck waving in front of me to make me do something. I would very rarely want to not want to do anything at all.
Retirement, isn't it? It's the whole idea.
Is English used over the radio? Well, there is a couple of stations here, like 95 FM and things like that. They do have English-speaking Thais in the commentary, and they play a lot of Western music. But generally no. English is not used on Thai radio. But there are a couple of stations with exceptions, and I think it's I think there's a Pattaya station, isn't there? There's a Pattaya 103 as well, 103.5 or something.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Like, as you know, I'm not a...
Oh, when flying is the saying, right? Did they use... Oh, there we go. That's for that. More clarity.
All right. For the limited research I've done, but from my background knowledge, you have to do air traffic communication in English. Doesn't matter what country you fly into, but that's general aviation and commercial aviation. If you're doing flying around local private airfields, I still believe, even though I've only done an hour so far, you'll have to communicate in English, but having done research in places like Quebec, they use both English and French, with Quebec being one of the native languages in Canada there. So, yeah, I suppose they'd use a certain amount of Thai, but if you're doing general aviation and commercial piloting, yes, it has to be in English. It's the international language, so you've got planes flying in and you've got pilots being trained all over the world, so there's got to be commonality. And English is it.
Seems fair enough to me.
Yeah.
Especially a Thai person flying in Australian airspace, and
Oh, you get a commercial pilot's license, and you get your endorsements to be able to do international flying. English is the go. And if you look at international flight schools, they do the IETLS qualification. You have to have a very good grasp of English.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we going to do? So we're waiting. We're waiting for the 15 minutes so we can actually do some gaming. No, if you want me to game now, I can totally sort of go out and kill shit.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll cover the chat.
You can cover the chat.
Throw the questions.
What are you doing down? What's 900 metres away? What's up there? 900 metres away.
Oggie's gone somewhere.
He's off wandering. That's what I was gonna rebuild this place, wasn't I? That's right, he hasn't set it up for me to rebuild it. I can put it down, but I can't pull it down. We'll do that anyway. Yeah, there's a setting in there allows me to deconstruct in your escape
multiplayer setup?
Yeah, see you got loud dismantling, no, and shared structure, inventory contents, no. Going to make them both yeses.
Done.
No.
That's something I never asked. Do you get all your resources back if you dismantle?
It says you do. There's eight resources there. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just get it.
2-star semi-automatic shotgun.
Right, okay.
What I will do, if anyone's interested in seeing it, I've already spoken to Wazza about it, and he's going to be my first guinea pig for a tandem flight. But I'm going to try and get some GoPro vision of the recalling and training and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's if my CFI allows it. So if anyone's interested in that, let Wazza know, or let me know, and I'll keep doing that.
Try and work it out, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got all the camera gear, so I don't see why we can't do it.
No. And when I was sitting down in Bang Chung, I did think, okay, you know how we've done the live stream for some of our bike rides?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering the logistics behind doing a live stream from the air. So but that's later down the track. Now I've got to get everything sorted. So.
Well, I think the only thing we got there is worried about repeated distance.
There's a guy I was watched a guy that he recorded himself during his flight, and he actually got in airspace that he couldn't hear. They couldn't hear him. He could hear the tower, and he actually crossed into the wrong flight level in an airspace,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually got reported for a violation. And he was able to,
yeah.
yeah, he actually took that, and he was able to show him the video where as soon as they gave him the information, he climbed to the proper height level, the proper elevation to get out of the restricted area. And he didn't get in trouble for it, is what I'll tell him too, because he had the recording.
Mm.
He was trying to talk to the tower and they couldn't hear him.
Hey,
It's
Groves.
like if you don't have it recorded, it didn't happen.
Yeah. Morning, Mayor Groves. Just
Mayor Groves
in the
is-
grass in the garden again. Oh, Mayor Groves is not happy with me being the god of rain.
Oh, is that right?
You bringing grain again?
No, well, I went down to Bang Chung and it rained. And then when I came back into Bangkok, it hadn't rained for like 3 or 4 months, and it rained. And when I got home to Saiha, it rained.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert Groves was going, well, background story, I went down to visit Mayor Groves for the first time, and it rained the day I was there. So.
It's all good.
I think it's just coincidence, Mayor Groves.
So you're a harbinger of precipitation.
Apparently. Well, I am an Aquarian, so
Yes, he's a rain god.
the water barrel.
Not Arizona.
There's some good flying circuits in Arizona, but then again, I've got to get my recoil.
lot of flight schools around here for the commercial pilots.
Yeah, well, it's flat land. I mean, obviously, that's the most obvious thing. There's a lot of flat land in Arizona. Not so much precipitation. Winds, if you're in the right area, are pretty calm. So,
Not necessarily, but yeah.
well, you've got to be in the right area.
But there are a lot of mountains around us.
Well, great scenery. I mean, the last thing you want, but take off the landing, you need the most ideal conditions you can get into. Please come back. What do we need? The rain. Just got our water bill for the month. 2,600 baht. Wow. That is high for a water bill.
What are you doing? Growing marijuana?
No, Mayor Groves has got a very nice landscape area, and it is very nice around his pool area.
Oh, maybe he refilled his pool.
Well, he's got, I don't know, correct me, Mayor Groves, he's got a few pressure tanks that need to be filled that assist with the watering. But there was one point there that he was saying they were doing upgrades to the water system, the town water system, because there's a couple of big estates being built on his soy, and he's got some draw pumps, so everyone around him wasn't getting pressure of the water, but his draw pumps were allowing him to fill up his
all the
tanks.
water out,
Yeah.
I think they don't like it when you do that.
It's interesting when no one's got water, and I think Mayor Groves is out there watering his lawn. So
I need you to come and give me the cement back that I just dismantled the buildings. It didn't give me the cement. Just put it into your inventory, I'm sure.
Crap.
1,500 litres a day? Seriously, that's a lot. What are you doing? Yeah, sure, I just saw you changing weapons on. Yeah. Have a look at, you got any cement bags in your recycle bench there?
Recycle?
Yeah, have a look at your recyclables. Cement bags.
278 of them.
Yeah, just give me half of them back again, thank you very much. So I can finish the building. Yes, I'm dismantling and it's putting all the stuff in yours rather than my inventory.
I like that.
Yeah, of course you would. I'm the one who's taking on all the bases to get the cement bag. Oh, just drop them on the ground. Hurry. There it is.
Geez, pushy. Much. You want some of the steel too?
No, I'm good. Ah, there you go. I wasn't shooting at you. Oh, and that didn't go in the right place, did it? B.
Yes.
Dismantle. Yeah, it jumped on me. Yeah. Get in the right place this time.
There you go. That looks good.
B. Dismantle that one.
Where's me a catwalk to shoot from?
Get a what?
Need a catwalk to shoot from. How do I get up there? I see a catwalk there.
That's right. I'm still building. B. Dismantle that one.
Better stick around. He's gonna be wanting me to give him stuff back again.
No, that's alright. We're good.
I think it's still activate the hard modes.
Yeah, the extra walls are just extras. I find that base box seems to stop the dogs from coming in. So. Could you open the... God almighty, just open the door, would you? All good. Well, Chris Brand is in there. G'day, Chris. He's late for the day, yeah? Okay. What do we got? We got 55 minutes. We've got 5 minutes to go. Any questions before we bail into Twitch land and actually do gaming rather than having chit chat? Oh, of course, we still chit chat when we're over there. Got to try to. Did you get your game this morning? Did you, the one you were going to get? You're still tossing up, are you? Red Dead.
Oh, it's now full price again.
Yeah.
Now full price, but I think I'll get into Witcher 3 shortly.
Get into Witcher 3. Have to wait for the Red Dead the next time round because we want to do we want to do Red Dead online.
Mm.
That was the reason for Red Dead. Learn Red Dead so we can go and do Red Dead online. But anyway, just did any.
Because I want to get into Ark, so. Yeah. But Ark's going through a bit of turmoil at the moment.
Oh yes, and the servers don't restart even with the admin. Well, one of them does. For some reason, Extinction restarts without any problem whatsoever.
Mm.
But for Journa doesn't. I've got to restart that every time. I don't know. So I keep on getting these bugs. It keeps on crashing.
Well, I'm lucky we've got our own service because they're closing down all the officials soon.
Yeah. Well, they want to move to what they call the new version of Ark.
Yeah, which no one's ever seen any gameplay for.
I know, yes.
And it's no longer a free upgrade to Unreal Engine 5. They're going to charge everyone for the DLCs that they've bought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they'll upset a few people, no doubt. There's something weird going on with the mechanics there. I don't know what's going on there either. We need to escalate and create some threat in this region so we can get them to come and attack your base. That's something to do after we actually press the pause button. Next 2 Saturdays we have an alcohol ban in do we? Do we? Oh, where's my calendar? It sort of ran right past me, that one. Calendar. So what is it? So next Saturday would be May the 6th. May the 6th. The coronation of King Charles III. No, that's got
time off for that?
no. It's a full moon. It's a full moon next Saturday. I don't have a bridge public holiday. Coronation, okay. Coronation Day is Thursday, Thai public holiday. Bridge public holiday, and then we've got the full moon. But is that a no alcohol day, Robert? That's weird.
Pre-voting and elections.
Oh, is it pre-voting? Oh, okay.
Last year. Yeah.
And there's royal ploughing ceremony there. Oh, then that's a public holiday. That's a no-drink holiday, isn't it? When is the actual election? Is it 20th? 27th? What day is it? Oh, ban is for voting purposes. Okay, yeah, it's probably, yeah, I know, we've got Coronation Day, we've got royal ploughing ceremony, and we've got Queen Sutahit's birthday. Bucket Bush. That's an alcohol-free day in June. 14th of May. Okay, right. Okay, so we're 14th of May. Is it a Sunday? Is it? Elections on Sundays? Okay. All good. No worries whatsoever. Anyway, we're going to press the pause on the stream here. We're going to bounce ourselves across onto Twitch and continue and try to raise some hell. Hey, Waz, you live near A Klong. Do you have any problems? No, absolutely none at all. You know, there's actually just the Klong's just outside Chanya's makeup room window, and that's one thing that's always surprised me: the lack of mosquitoes here. Okay, we get bugs around about maybe 6 p.m. at night, and I've got a bug zapper at the front. If it gets too bad, you put that on, and it kills all the bugs. But we only ever put that on if we're eating outside or something. But outside that, you know, I do get the occasional mosquito bite, you know, probably once every 4 to 6 weeks. But I would get eaten alive in Australia for the same period of time. There's something about the ecosystem here. The bugs are here, but we haven't got rid of the in-between bug removal process like we do in Australia. See, Australia's got green grass and manicured lawns and pretty gardens and nooks and crannies and no still water, and you know, you see a ginjock. Well, they don't even have any ginjocks in Australia, do we?
No.
Yeah, so you know, like the little geckos. Those geckos, they make short work of mosquitoes. That's why there's so many of them. They've got constant supply of food. But yeah, we really very rarely see mosquito problems. And one thing to be thankful for, and I still don't know why. It's just obviously the fact that the bugs that eat the mosquitoes are in plentiful supply, or the pests, because they respect all life here. I guess that's all it is, you know. I get frowned upon when I tread on ants here, you know. If I make a concerted effort to not step aside and walk through them, you know, she'll say, "Why do you do that?" You know, all life is sacred here. But that's coming from the Buddhist, of course. Anyway, the band doesn't make much sense. Yeah, but you can still buy beer at the. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's always been like that. Thai logic, it's fun. Anyway, we can talk about Thai logic next week. We'll talk about it in 5 minutes' time when I reset for the next stream on Twitch. But you can come across and hang out with us. It's all good. Where's the button? Closing screen. We'll get out of your face, and we'll see you next week.